us discuss an example. Okay, already Cisco has having a computer network design, and they have designed. And let us see what are the things. Whatever we have discussed till now is general computer network design. Okay, computer network design principles. So already Cisco is having a design, okay, which is owned by them. So let us see what they have done. It's an example design. So here you have network principles of Cisco. Okay, so same. Okay, so a network engineer, what they are telling, a network engineer should understand the requirements for the network. First of all, as we are discussing, he should understand, as well as he should know the existing system, what is already available, whether the new design is compatible with the already existing structure. Okay, so it is the key understanding how the new adopted network should function and which features should be included. So as a network engineer, he should know the requirements of the network and already existing networks structure and how it is used. So Cisco has developed a plan, design, implement, operate, optimize, which is PDIOO network. It is called as PDIOO network. But in our design, I ask you to remember something, right? In that design principle, what were there? Verify, determine, okay, create, develop, okay, then create the solution, then create the plan. But here a little enhanced, okay, type of thing, because it's a user using, they are using day to day, right? So they have made as like this: plan, okay, design, okay, then implement, then operate, then optimize. Plan means you are planning, so design principle, whatever before that, okay, that is verify, determine, develop, then create, plan. So after that, what they are telling, planning phase they have, design phase they have, then they will implement, okay, in that network, then they are going to operate. Implement is testing, okay, then operate, functional, fully operate, then optimize means, optimization is nothing but learning from the fall. You can imagine, you can tell like that. Optimization is nothing but learning from the, when you optimize many times your network or whatever, the optimization is done many times, then the product will be, the end product will be good. Okay, so that's what. So first, project plan phase. In plan phase, Cisco is recommending a detailed network requirement and identify the existing network reviewed. Okay, so according to Cisco, they whatever in design principle till we learn, before planning we saw, that is verify, determine, develop, implement, then create the solution, then create a plan. After that, the plan phase, here according to Cisco, they are asking the design engineer, they expect the design engineer to identify or detailed network requirements should be sorted out or identified, and the existing network is reviewed. Okay, next comes the design phase. Okay, once the planning phase is over, next comes the design phase. So in the planning phase itself, when the requirements means, it is client's requirements, what they expect from a design engineer. So it is under that. Next, design phase. In design phase, the network is designed according to the initial requirement. First, Now it will be a pilot project. As I told you, in order to design for a big organization, for a small place to be tested. So it is nothing but initial requirements will be identified in order to first start the network, because it is growing, right? So at any point it has to start. So that is called as initial requirement, and additional data is gathered this during this phase. Some data are gathered. So when you are testing, okay, so this is not working, so that should be included. That lab is not included in that, so you need to include that uh, portion of thing. Some like that you will be analyzing, okay, the existing network. So the design is refined, you call it as refined. So again and again you are refining, or then in that case you will come to know what are the perfect requirements of a network to work out full in a full-fledged. Okay, so according to Cisco, they are expecting the design engineers to analyze the requirement of a network and to know the existing network. That category, plan phase, they are asking you to do first, then design phase. In plan phase, the detailed network requirements are identified and existing systems are learned or reviewed. Okay, design phase, the network designer, according to initial requirements and additional data gathered due to data is gathered during the analysis. During a pilot run, they will gather the data. According to that, they will make the network to work in a full-fledged. So next few phases are implement phase, operate phase, optimize phase, and retirement phase. So this only constitute of, as I told you, P, you can remember like this. That is I PDIOO. Okay, PDIOO network. So here P stands for plan, D stands for design, I stands for implement, O and O stands for optimize and operate. Okay, so in implement phase, the network is built according to the approved design. Where you will receive the approved design? Once you plan, okay, from the client you get the requirements, you learn about the existing network, then you design a network for them, then you need to get the approval. Once the approval is done, okay, the pilot phase, by analyzing the pilot phase, you analyze all the faults, then the approval will be given. Then only as a network engineer can implement the network. So implement phase, the network is built according to the approved design. Okay, once the design is approved by the committee, then operate phase comes under picture. So everything is under control. So let us start the operation of the network. The network is operational and being monitored. Yes, whatever we do, we need a feedback. Monitoring is nothing but feedback or making it documented. So that is nothing but for improvement phase. So this phase is an ultimate phase of the design. So here you learn many things. Okay, you rectify your design issues. Everything comes under this operation phase when it is monitored. Okay, so once it is designed, we cannot leave it like that. We need to give the support, and monitoring should be done. Fine. Then before last but one is nothing but optimize the phase. Optimize is nothing but detecting or correcting. Okay, detected and corrected. When you do the optimization many times, okay, the final end product will be the efficient 100% efficiently. Your design will, computer design will work. The issues are detected when you are monitoring. You will find out all these things. The issues will be, you will be detecting, and it will be corrected the next network or for forthcoming projects, you will rectify those things. And the problem may be before or after the problem arises. You can what you can predict the problem. Okay, predict the problem, and after the problem occurs also, you can do. So the issues are detected and corrected in this phase before or after the problem arises, or failures are already occurred. Okay, so you need to design whether it needs to be rectified or redesigned. In some cases, in major cases, the network will be redesigned. Okay, so redesign may be considered if too many problems arises. Keep on doing patchwork. You call it as patchwork, right? So if you're doing patchwork, it is not going to work out. In that case, redesigning, but it is not a big mistake, because everything is a learning, right? So finally, which is not included in that what abbreviation, but this is also an important phase, retirement phase. Retirement phase, everything has a retirement. So the computer network also comes, finally it has to be outdated. In that case, the computer network has to be comes under the retirement phase. This phase is necessary when part of network is outdated and no longer required. So in that case, it has to be removed. So all these things comes under uh, Cisco's project design principle. Okay, take down a screenshot of this slide. With this, I guess we can stop the class, because no, if you have any doubt, you can ask. So it is 9:54. So you can ask any doubt, or I may continue also. So I guess you have taken the screenshot of the first slide, design principles, and here is the next, second one of Cisco's design principle, or you can take down also. So you remember that PDIOO: plan, design, implement, okay, operate, and optimize. Then finally, retirement phase. Okay. Now so as already they have following should the network design should include the following tasks. So once the design is done, okay, we saw how it has to be executed, the principles of a design, and once all this is done, the network design should include the following task. In order to achieve that plan or design, the network needs to follow these things. First is determine the requirements. What is the requirement of a client? Then analyze the existing network if one exists. Suppose if it is not there, you cannot do, right. A similar network is existing. Okay, what you are going to do, a similar network is existing. In that case, you can refer that. Okay, analyze the existing network, but in if it is there, you can analyze. Otherwise, that phase will not be there. That process task will not be there. So determine the requirements, analyze the existing network if one exists, prepare the preliminary design. Okay, so prepare the preliminary design is nothing but a small plan you will be having, right? So those things, deploy the network. So you will make it to work, then monitor and redesign if necessary. As we discussed earlier, when you are doing a monitoring, too many issues occurs, okay, before or after the network is working, failure occurs, a major failure occurs. In that case we will be redesigning. So it is they have also mentioned redesigning is a big work, right? So if necessary it will be done. So rather than doing the patchwork, redesigning will be essential, or it will be effective. In that case the committee will decide to redesign, okay, the maintenance. And finally one more they have given, it is maintaining the documentation as a part of all tests. Because when you maintain from the beginning, from the planning phase to the implement phase, optimize phase, design phase, and operation phase, the retirement phase also, if it is documented, learning, it's all a learning, and it can be easy, it will be easy for the future projects, next project if you are doing. So these faults will be rectified, and it will be very easy for you to design the next network. Otherwise also documentation is very important, because suppose you are going to design the network only, not your company, okay, you think you are an entrepreneur, you design the network only, you are not going to support the network. In that case documentation is very important for the next client to take care of your network, right? So those things. So this diagram, so this screenshot you can take down. So it is time. You can, we can stop the class here. So any doubt you can ask in the next class.